The first thing I'm going to do is tell you what you need to do to help with this case, stage 1. I'm about to go through that right now in detail. All right? And when I go through it in detail, you'll get it, and then we can execute what it is we need to execute. I'm not here to do a lot of videos and talk about all kind of things. All right? I'm here to execute. So, stage 1, what do we need to do? Then I'll get to Attorney Larry Rogers. By the way, I'm not here to slander Larry Rogers. I'm not here to libel Larry Rogers. I don't know him. I just know what I've studied. And so this is not a personal shot if his family is watching or he's watching. This is not, I'm not angry with you personally. I don't know you personally. What I am is, I am a person who has the capacity to review what you review. All right? Unlike most of the people in, the society who don't know that. So, what are we going to do? All right. This is really simple. All right. So I'm going to show you what we're about to do. This is your assignment for before Wednesday, because I'm going to come back on Tuesday night or Wednesday. All right. This is your assignment. You are going to go to governmentreparations.org. That's our website. All right. This is the website you're going to go to right here. All right. Governmentreparations.org. Governmentreparations.org. You're going to go to this website. All right. This is our website. You're going to go to this tab that says Social Justice. You're going to click on Kanika Jenkins. When you click on Kanika Jenkins, you're going to see some information. And it says Kanika Jenkins, FOIA, which stands for Freedom of Information Act, demand. And here are your instructions. Download the attached document below. Here's the document right here. What are you going to do? You're going to open this document, which I'm going to read it to you, right? Once you open it, you're going to add your name and contact information. Specifically, your name and email would be sufficient. If you wanted to add a mailing address, you could do it. Once you do that, you're going to print the document out. So you can't do this from your phone unless your phone is tied to a printer. All right. Once you print the document out, which we're going to read, you're going to go to the post office. All right. Any United States post office. All right. Not UPS. The post office, the actual post office. All right. When you get to the post office, there'll be a space for you to add your name, your email. You can write it in with a pen. And you're going to add the registered number to the form because you're going to mail it registered mail. Now, it does cost you a couple dollars to mail it registered mail, but let me explain to you why I'm asking you to mail it registered mail. The reason why I'm asking you to mail it registered mail, the reason why I'm not doing an online petition, the reason why I'm asking you to actually get up off of your behind and go to the post office and mail it registered mail is because it's going to go directly to the chief medical examiner, not to a secretary, not to a staff. It is illegal for someone to open registered mail except for the person who is supposed to receive it. So the person who is delivering the mail must deliver it to the exact person. So I said earlier that we wanted at least 100,000 people to mail it to the chief medical examiner. We want this chief medical examiner to receive over 100,000 pieces of mail. That's what we want. So you need to share this video. You need to share this channel. You need to do this so that we can make political action. You said you wanted guidance. Now you got it. You prayed to God. God sent you Dr. Ali. Dr. Ali is here, and Dr. Ali is focused, and Dr. Ali knows what to do. So we're doing it. You're going to mail this after you write down the registered mail number on the actual document, which I'm going to show it to you. You're going to mail this to the Cook County Chief Medical Examiner, all right, Pani Arun Kumar, MD, Cook County Medical Examiner, 2121 West Harrison Street, Chicago, Illinois. Here's your phone contact. All right. All you're going to do to download this form is click on it. That's it. Once you click on this form and you do that and you mail it off, after you're done, you have a registered mail number. You have a receipt. You're going to come back to this website, back to the same tab, and put in your legal name, your email, and your registered mail number, and click submit. Once you do that, you're done. This is going to come directly back to us, and we can keep account of how many people have done this, and I can make this public on the page so you can see how many people have done it. All right. And so that is it. Once we do that, we have started our remedy. And I'm about to read now what you're going to send to the medical examiner. What are you going to say to the medical examiner? This is what you're going to say. Give me a moment. All right, give me a moment. And no, I'm not checking the chat. I don't see what people are saying. Hopefully you can still hear me and see me, and there's no problem. All right. And look, somebody says, "Oh, this man needs a moderator." You know what? I do everything for a reason. I do everything for a reason. And so don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Let them hate. Let them come on in. Because guess what? We're smarter than them by letting them hate. Believe me. All right. We're smarter than them. All right. So what comes next? Let's open up the Kenneka Jenkins Freedom of Information Part 1, because we're going to do this for several agencies, but we started off with the medical examiner's office. All right. We have one for the police as well. All right. And so let's go. Let's take a look at this form. All right. Let's take a look at our form. Let's make this as large as we can so you can see it. All right. Here we go. All right, so this is what's on it. Kenneka Jenkins Freedom of Information Act disclosure demand. Pursuant to Freedom of Information, United States Code, Title 5, Section 552, Illinois State Law, Title 5, Illinois Unconsolidated Statute, Section 140 through 1, sequential. All right. What are we doing? Demanding the release of any redacted information as it does not violate privacy rules. Name of requester, you're going to put your name right here. So I can put my name here, right? Just like that. Dr. Ali Muhammad, his name would go right on this, all right? Boom, got it, right? Email. All right? Mailing address, all right? If you want to put that, you could. Then you put your registered mail number, whatever that is. You're going to do this at the post office. Then you're going to mail it to the chief medical examiner. You have to have their name there, so don't change it. Here's the address that you're mailing it to. So the registered mailing slip that your envelope that you're using, you're going to use this address on it. Now, what are we saying? This is what we're saying, all right? And our demands are below, but we're going to read through everything. This is our summary. On September 10th, 2017, Kenneka Jenkins was pronounced dead by the Village of Rosemont Police Department. She was found dead in a closed-off part, vacant, inoperable upper kitchen of Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois. Subsequently, on September 10th, 2017, the Cook County Medical Examiner conducted a standard autopsy according to Illinois statute. The ruling of the Cook County Medical Examiner was that Kenneka Jenkins died of hypothermia. Toxicology reports showed Kenneka Jenkins had a drug called topiramate and alcohol, which the medical examiner stated contributed to circumstances of her death. There was never a criminal investigation despite mounds of evidence, according to independent experts. The Rosemont Police Department closed the case. The public has been in a public outrage via protests, social media discussion, and rallies across the country since the events mentioned occurred. No reports of the police department or Crown Plaza Hotel show any explanation for why an area that had been closed for years was all of a sudden open that particular night. Questions on who exactly opened the area and what type of work was being done in the area are unanswered. Was the work order logged by the hotel? These questions have never been answered. Also, the question of how a 19-year-old allegedly intoxicated adult allegedly locked herself behind two doors that had inside safety knobs that opened the doors from the inside have not been answered. Questions on how the vacant, unused freezer was turned on have not been answered. If left with current scenario, we have the following conclusions from the government institutions, being the medical examiner offices and the police department. This is what they're expecting us to believe. An unused, closed off part of the hotel was open without documented explanation. The Rosemont Police and the Cook County Medical Examiner never interrogated this issue to collect evidence pertinent to the investigation. It was evident that this information was vital to determining if the death was an accident or foul play. How did, that should say Ann, all right, and intoxicated Kanika Jenkins summon the reasoning capacity, how did she do this, to turn the fridge on and then go in it, but not know how to get out of a freezer with an inside automatic door release that only required a push? How would a freezer cause brain edema and general inflammation swelling in the brain when all studies in forensic pathology say that freezing conditions are used to reverse edema and inflammation and swelling of the brain? Does this show incompetence of the Cook County Medical Examiner? How did Kanika's hair go from a straight, flat, sewn-in weave, as reported in the autopsy released by the Cook County Medical Examiner, to a curly, messy weave without heat or water reported in the immediate environment? Were fingerprints taken? If not, why not? If they would have been material to the medical examiner's finds, why didn't we get that? How does a 19-year-old have a bilobate right lung with no medical history of breathing problems, asthma, or bronchial issues? How does a healthy 19-year-old have a thymus? Not have a thymus, upon examination and have no history of immune disorders? The questions that were not answered in the autopsy have left hundreds of thousands of residents of Cook County, Illinois, and millions of American citizens and nationals with little faith in their officials of government and processes that provide equal protection of law and checks and balances on public officials. With this reality, the general citizens, nationals of the community seeking justice for Kanika, that should say are calling for a Freedom of Information request on any and all information pertaining to the original autopsy, including, I'm terrible, right? A new publication of all of the unpublished, redacted, or suppressed finds of the autopsy that were not listed, including a listing of all tissue specimens that were taken from Kanika Jenkins' body and who they were distributed to and under what auspices. A listing of any organs that were removed from Kanika, from the body of Kanika Jenkins, under what auspices, and if they were distributed to third parties, a listing of those third parties and a legal explanation for the distribution explained by Illinois law. A listing of any foreign specimens found on the exterior or in the interior of Kanika Jenkins. A whistleblower that worked for the Cook County Medical Examiner has stated that sperm was found inside of her vaginal canal. If this is true, the general community seeking justice for Kanika Jenkins wants to know whether or not sperm was found in the original autopsy and how many specimens of sperm were found